Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Fab, where learning English is practical, useful, and fab. Every day, there is a lot happening around the world. Let's learn vocabulary and phrases related to them together and talk about them in daily conversation. If you find English difficult, don't worry. You can translate the subtitles into English and your own language like this. Check the description below for extra details. All right, let's get started. Headlines. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Missile, a weapon that is self-propelled and guided, typically used in warfare. Strike, a sudden attack, especially a military or armed force assault. Civilian, a person not in the armed services or police force. Phrases. Result in, to cause a specific outcome. According to, as stated by someone or something. On the rise, increasing or becoming more common. 2. Vocabulary. Cooperation, the process of working together towards the same goal. Visit, a temporary stay at a place for a specific purpose. Agreement, a negotiated and typically legally binding arrangement. Phrases. Amid rising, during a time when something is increasing or becoming more intense. Sign a deal, to formally agree to the terms of a contract. Escalate into, to intensify and develop into something more serious. 3. Vocabulary. Displacement, the forced movement of people from their homes. Intensify, to become stronger or more extreme. Rebel, a person who resists authority, control, or tradition, often through armed conflict. Phrases. Lead to cause something to happen. Come under attack, to be targeted by an assault. Forced to flee, to compel someone to run away for safety. 4. Vocabulary. Airstrike, an attack made by aircraft, typically dropping bombs. Ceasefire, an agreement to stop fighting temporarily. Breakthrough, a significant or sudden advance or development. Phrases. Destroy parts of, to damage or ruin specific sections of something. Yield a result, to produce or bring about an outcome. Mediated by, involving a third party who helps to resolve a conflict. 5. Vocabulary. Nuclear, relating to atomic energy or weapons. Venue. The location where an event or meeting takes place. Indirect, not straightforward, involving intermediaries. Phrases. Set to, expected to do something soon. Ahead of, before a scheduled event or point in time. Consider as, to regard or evaluate something in a certain way. 6. Vocabulary. Recount, a second count of votes in an election. Irregularity, something that is not normal or proper, especially in procedures. Opponent, a person who competes against or disagrees with another. Phrases. Call for, to demand or request something. Amid allegations, during a time when accusations are being made. Secure a win, to succeed in achieving victory. Business. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Tariff, a tax or duty to be paid on a particular class of imports or exports. Exemption, the process of freeing or state of being free from an obligation or liability. Stock market, a marketplace where shares of publicly held companies are bought and sold. Phrases. Climb amid, to rise or increase in the context of surrounding factors. Temper gains, to moderate or reduce the amount of increase. Exempt from, not subject to a rule, obligation, or tax. 2. Vocabulary. Profit, the financial gain after all expenses are subtracted from revenue. Estimate, an approximate calculation or judgment of value or number. Volatility, the degree of variation in trading prices over time, indicating instability. Phrases, surpass expectations, to perform better than anticipated. Driven by, motivated, or caused by a specific factor. Report a gain, to officially announce an increase, usually in profits or performance. 3. Vocabulary. Manufacture, the process of making products on a large scale using machinery. Server, a system or device that provides data, services, or resources to other computers. Billion, the number 1 billion. Phrases, announce plans to formally declare intentions for future actions. Over the next, within the upcoming time period. Be worth up to, have a potential value reaching a certain amount. 4. Vocabulary. Forecast, a prediction or estimate of future events, especially in finance or weather. Segment, a separate part or section of something, often referring to business areas. Slowdown, a reduction in speed or activity. Phrases, cite a decline, to mention a decrease as the reason for something. Report results, to release data about performance or outcomes. Fall short of, to fail to meet expectations or targets. 5. Vocabulary. Interest rate, the proportion of a loan that is charged as interest to the borrower. Pause, a temporary stop or delay. Economy, the system of production and consumption of goods and services in a country or region. Phrases, be likely to, indicating probability or expectation. Follow a move, to take an action in response to a previous step by others. Assess impact, to evaluate the effect or influence of something. 6. Vocabulary. Sales, the exchange of a product or service for money, also refers to the number of units sold. Consumer, a person who purchases goods and services for personal use. Preference, a greater liking for one alternative over another. Phrases, secure the top spot, to achieve the highest position in a ranking. Outperform competitors, to do better than others in the same market or industry. Shift toward, to move in the direction of something new or different. Entertainment. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Comeback, a return to a former good position or condition, especially in public attention. Guest, a person who is invited to participate or appear in an event or show. Plot, the main events of a story, play, or movie. Phrases, portray a role, to act as a character in a performance. Entangled in, involved in something complicated or difficult. Make a return, to come back after a period of absence. 2. Vocabulary. Reunion, the act of coming together again after being apart. Performance, an act of presenting a play, concert, or other form of entertainment. Memory, something remembered from the past. Phrases, show support, to express encouragement or approval. Share moments, to experience and talk about meaningful events together. Reunite at, to come together again at a particular place. 3. Vocabulary. Wedding, a marriage ceremony and related celebrations. Film, a motion picture, a movie. Vampire, a mythical creature that drinks the blood of the living. Phrases, put on hold, to postpone or delay something. Focus on, to concentrate attention or effort on something. Promote a movie, to advertise or publicize a film to increase its visibility. 4. Vocabulary. Voiceover, a production technique where a voice is used in a narrative or commentary, not accompanied by an image of the speaker. Battle, a sustained fight or struggle, often against something difficult like illness. Cancer, a serious disease caused by uncontrolled cell growth in the body. Phrases, die at, to pass away at a particular age. After a battle, following a prolonged effort or fight, especially with illness. Be known as, to be recognized by a certain name or role. 5. Vocabulary. Headline, to be the main performer in a show or event. Performance, the act of performing, especially in a play or concert. Stage, the area in a theater where performances take place. Phrases, deliver a show, to perform or present an entertainment event successfully. Captivate the audience, to attract and hold the attention of the viewers. Take the stage, to begin performing on stage. 6. Vocabulary. Spaceflight, a journey into or through outer space. Commercial, related to business or making a profit, often used to describe private industry activities. Moment, a brief period of time with significance. Phrases, participate in, to be actively involved in an activity. Mark a milestone, to recognize a significant stage or event. Take part in, to join or be involved in an activity. Health. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Cholesterol, a fatty substance in the blood that is essential for building cells, but can cause heart disease at high levels. Lipoprotein, molecules made of fat and protein that carry cholesterol through the bloodstream. Injection, the act of administering a drug or other substance into the body using a needle. Phrases, show promise, to indicate potential for success or improvement. Link to, associated or connected with something. Reduce by, to decrease something by a certain amount or percentage. 2. Vocabulary. Arsenic, a toxic chemical element that can be harmful to health, especially in large amounts. Study, a research project conducted to discover facts or principles. Children, young human beings, especially before puberty. Phrases, pose a risk, to present a possible danger or threat. Contain more than, to include a higher amount of something. Reveal that, to show or make something known. 3. Vocabulary. Melanoma, a serious form of skin cancer that arises from pigment-containing cells. Immunotherapy, a type of treatment that helps the immune system fight diseases like cancer. Recurrence, the return of a disease after a period of improvement. Phrases, aim to intend or plan to achieve something. Accelerate access, to speed up the availability or entry into something. Reduce chances of, to lower the probability of something occurring. 4. Vocabulary. Consultation, a meeting to discuss or get advice, often used in medical or professional contexts. Burnout, physical or mental collapse caused by overwork or stress. Platform, a digital system or software used for a particular purpose. Phrases, adopt tools, to begin using instruments or systems for a task. Streamline process, to simplify a procedure to improve efficiency. Improve care, to enhance the quality of attention and treatment given, especially in healthcare. 5. Vocabulary. Wellness, the state of being in good health, often pursued actively. Advocacy, public support for or recommendation of a cause or policy. Support, help or encouragement offered to someone in need. Phrases, emphasize the need for, to stress the importance of something. Speak out on, to express an opinion publicly about a topic. Urge action, to strongly encourage people to do something. 6. Vocabulary. Obesity, a medical condition in which excess body fat has accumulated to the extent that it may harm health. Smoking, the act of inhaling and exhaling smoke from burning tobacco. Burden, a heavy load often used metaphorically to describe a major issue or responsibility. Phrases, become the leading, to emerge as the most important or prominent. Contribute to help bring about a result. Surpass in risk, to exceed another factor in terms of potential danger. Sports. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Masters, a major golf tournament held annually at Augusta National Golf Club, considered one of the sport's most prestigious events. Playoff, an extra-rounder match used to determine the winner when competitors are tied. Grand Slam, winning all 4 major championships in a sport, especially in golf or tennis. Phrases. Secure victory, to successfully win a competition or event. Complete a set, to finish collecting or achieving all parts of a series, for example, all major titles. Defeat in, to win against someone in a specific match or event. 2. Vocabulary. A WNBA, Women's National Basketball Association, the premier professional basketball league for women in the US. Broadcast, the transmission of programs or information by television or radio. Drama, exciting, emotional, or unexpected events, often used in sports to describe high-stakes situations. Phrases. Rise in fame and increase in popularity or public recognition. Rival with, to compete closely or equally with another. Be bolstered by, to be supported or strengthened by something. 3. Vocabulary. Retirement, the act of leaving one's job or career permanently. Presenter, a person who introduces or hosts a television or radio show. Career, a profession or occupation followed as one's life work. Phrases. Announce exit, to publicly declare that one is leaving a position or role. After years of following a long period of time doing something. Plan a quiet, to intend to do something with minimal publicity or attention. 4. Vocabulary. Snooker, a cue sport played on a large table with balls and pockets, popular in the UK. Phenomenon, an extraordinary or remarkable person or event. Praise, expression of approval or admiration. Phrases. Laud as, to publicly praise someone by comparing them to a title or standard. Highlight impact, to draw attention to the influence or effect of something. Call incredible, to describe someone or something as outstanding or amazing. 5. Vocabulary. Velodrome, an arena for track cycling with steeply banked curves. Funding, financial support for a particular purpose. Closure, the act or process of shutting down an operation or location. Phrases. Be at risk of, to be in danger of experiencing something negative. Call for aid, to request help, often publicly or formally. Pledge support, to promise to provide help or backing. 6. Vocabulary. Illness, a disease or period of sickness affecting the body or mind. Depression, a mental health condition characterized by persistent sadness and loss of interest. Achievement, something successfully completed through effort or skill. Phrases. Overcome struggle, to succeed despite facing difficulties or challenges. Mark history, to become a significant or memorable event. Win, despite, to achieve victory, even though there were obstacles or disadvantages. Climate. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Coalition, a group of political parties or organizations that come together for a common purpose. Policies, plans or courses of action adopted or proposed by an organization or individual. Rating, a score or evaluation of quality, performance, or standards. Phrases. Give a score, to assign a numerical evaluation. Mark the worst, to indicate the lowest or poorest performance. Receive criticism, to be publicly judged or faulted for actions or decisions. 2. Vocabulary. Climate change, long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns, largely caused by human activities. Vineyard, a plantation of grapevines, especially one producing grapes for winemaking. Forecast, a prediction or estimate of future events, often related to weather or trends. Phrases. Be poised to be ready or in a position to do something. Shift due to change as a result of a particular cause. Become viable for, to become suitable or practical for a specific use or purpose. 3. Vocabulary. Proposal, a plan or suggestion, especially a formal or written one, put forward for consideration. Conference, a formal meeting for discussion, often among experts or policymakers. Bid, an attempt or effort to achieve or obtain something, such as hosting rights. Phrases, announce that, to officially state something publicly. Be contingent on, to depend on a certain condition or outcome. Host city for, the city selected or designated to organize an event. 4. Vocabulary. Funding, financial resources provided for a specific purpose. Research, the systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources. Budget, an estimate of income and expenditure for a set period of time. Phrases, propose reduction, to suggest a decrease in size, amount, or number. Hamper ability to hinder or make it more difficult to carry out an action. Cut from, to remove or decrease from a larger amount or allocation. 5. Vocabulary. Carbon offset, a reduction in emissions of carbon dioxide to compensate for emissions made elsewhere. Credibility, the quality of being trusted and believed in. Withdrawal, the act of pulling out or removing from a commitment or program. Phrases, cite concern about, to mention or refer to a specific worry or problem. Shift toward, to move focus or efforts in a new direction. Exit from, to leave or withdraw from participation. 6. Vocabulary. Assessment, an evaluation or estimation of the nature, quality, or ability of something. Program, a planned series of future events or performances, in this case, a government initiative. Dismantling, the process of taking something apart or eliminating it. Phrases, cease funding, to stop providing financial support. Be responsible for, to have a duty or obligation to manage or oversee something. Dismantle the effort, to end or break apart an organized attempt or system. Technology. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Cognitive, relating to mental processes like thinking, memory, learning, and perception. Dementia, a chronic disorder marked by memory disorders, personality changes, and impaired reasoning. Behavior, the way a person acts or conducts themselves, especially in response to stimuli. Phrases, be linked to be connected or associated with something. Challenge the view, to question or oppose a commonly held belief. Preserve abilities, to maintain or protect skills from decline. 2. Vocabulary. Smartphone, a mobile phone with advanced features like internet access, apps, and a touchscreen. Internet, a global network connecting millions of private, public, academic, business, and government networks. Decline, a gradual and continuous loss or deterioration. Phrases, suggest a link, to indicate a possible connection between two things. Emphasize benefits, to highlight the advantages of something. Exhibit lower rates, to show or demonstrate reduced levels of something. 3. Vocabulary. Robot, a machine capable of carrying out a complex series of actions automatically. Biodiversity, the variety of plant and animal life in a particular habitat. Sensor, a device that detects or measures physical properties and responds accordingly. Phrases, be capable of, to have the ability to do something. Assist in, to help with a task or function. Use to analyze, to employ something for examining or studying details. 4. Vocabulary. Camouflage, the act of concealing the identity of something by modifying its appearance. Molecular, relating to or consisting of molecules. Photochromism, a property of substances that causes them to change color when exposed to light. Phrases, unveil material, to reveal or show a new substance or product. Change upon exposure, to alter when subject to a certain condition, like light. Blend into, to become indistinguishable from the surroundings. 5. Vocabulary. Surveillance, close observation, especially of a person or group, often for security or safety. Distress, extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. Smartwatch, a wearable device that combines a watch with features like alerts, health tracking, and apps. Phrases. Monitor activity, to observe and check the progress of actions or behaviors. Send alerts, to notify someone of something immediately via signal or message. Reduce incidents, to lessen the number or frequency of events, especially negative ones. 6. Vocabulary. Flagship, the best or most important thing owned or produced by an organization. Chatbot, a software application used to conduct online chat conversation via text or text-to-speech. Generation, in technology, the production or development stage of a product. Phrases. Debut model, to introduce a new product or version for the first time. Improve performance, to make something function better or more efficiently. Use across applications, to apply technology in multiple scenarios or fields. Travel. Now let's learn the related vocabulary and useful phrases. 1. Vocabulary. Warning, an official statement telling people about possible danger or problems. Flooding, when water overflows onto land that is normally dry. Holiday, a time when people do not go to work or school, often for travel or relaxation. Phrases. Issue a warning, to officially announce a caution about a potential danger. Disrupt plans, to interrupt or prevent scheduled or intended activities. Forecast for, to predict future conditions, especially weather, for a specific time. 2. Vocabulary. Congestion, heavy traffic that slows down movement. Delays, a situation where something happens later than expected. Vacation, a period of time spent away from home or work, typically for rest or travel. Phrases. Warn of traffic, to alert people about expected vehicle congestion. Expect disruption, to anticipate interruptions in normal routines or schedules. Plan to travel, to prepare or arrange to go on a journey. 3. Vocabulary. Roadworks, construction or maintenance work on roads. Diversion, a different route that traffic must take due to a road closure or obstacle. Incident, an unexpected event, such as an accident, especially one that disrupts normal activity. Phrases. Report delays, to announce or document that there is a slowdown. Reduce speed limit, to lower the maximum legal driving speed in an area. Affect areas such as, to have an impact on specific locations. 4. Vocabulary. Airline, a company that provides regular flights for passengers. Office, a place where business or professional work is conducted. Connectivity, the quality or capability of being connected, especially in transportation or communication. Phrases. Inaugurate office, to formally open or introduce a new office or facility. Launch in, to begin or introduce something at a specific time. Offer travel options, to provide different means or routes for travel. 5. Vocabulary. Terminal, a building at an airport where passengers embark or disembark and go through security. Advisory, an official notice giving information or warning. Operations, activities involved in running a facility or business, such as an airport. Phrases. Issue a notice, to publish or distribute an official message. Check information, to look up or verify details. Start from, to begin at a particular place or time. 6. Vocabulary. Border, a line separating two countries or areas. Protocol, official procedures or rules. Administration, the government in power or the officials who manage government operations. Phrases. Decline in visits, a decrease in the number of people traveling to a place. Compare with previous year, to examine similarities or differences with data from the year before. Influence trend, to affect the direction or tendency of a development. That's it for today's lesson. We explored many topics and learned important vocabulary and useful phrases. Remember, the more you connect English to what's happening around you, the easier it becomes to understand and use it in daily life. Okay, thanks for watching today's lesson on English Fab. I hope you found these English tips useful and feel more confident. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Fab English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing and stay fab.